1971 wasn't just another year in rock history, it was a turning point. The world was changing, and so was the sound of rebellion. From the thunder of hard rock riffs to the haunting echoes of progressive anthems, this was the year legends were born and boundaries were shattered. In this episode of 33 and Timeless, we're turning back the dial to spotlight 15 unforgettable rock songs from 1971. Tracks that didn't just top the charts, they defined a generation. Whether you're a longtime vinyl spinner or just discovering the magic of this golden era, these are the songs that still echo through time. Let's drop the needle and relive the music that changed everything. Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin is more than a song. It's a rock milestone, praised for its ambitious composition, poetic lyrics, and timeless influence. The song took shape in 1970 when guitarist Jimmy Page and vocalist Robert Plant retreated to Bron-yr-Aur, a quiet Welsh cottage. Page laid out the evolving musical framework, while Plant, in what he called a moment of pure inspiration, wrote the lyrics almost unconsciously, including the now famous line, "There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold."
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
Recording began in December 1970 and ran through February 1971 at Island Studios in London and Headley Grange in Hampshire, where the band captured the song's iconic build, from soft acoustic melodies to a thunderous electric climax. This gradual evolution became one of the band's trademarks. Lyrically, the song is rich with symbolism, referencing Shakespeare's warnings about illusion and Tolkien's enchanted landscapes. Themes of materialism, choice, and spiritual uncertainty unfold through cryptic phrases and shifting tones. Even Plant admits the meaning changes for him over time.
And the voices of those who stand looking.
Stairway to Heaven debuted live on March 5th, 1971 in Belfast. Though initial reactions were quiet, it soon became a concert highlight. Live versions often stretch beyond 10 minutes, allowing for extended solos and emotional improvisation. Despite never being officially released as a single in the US, it became one of the most requested songs in FM radio history. By 2000, it had aired over 3 million times and sold over 1 million copies of sheet music, proof of its massive cultural impact. Among countless covers, few match the emotional weight of Heart's 2012 Kennedy Center Honors performance, which brought Led Zeppelin's surviving members to their feet. Decades later, Stairway to Heaven remains a powerful artistic statement. It's a sonic journey, part myth, part meditation, still guiding listeners to reflect, wonder, and climb their own stairway. Children of the Grave is a defining track from British heavy metal legends Black Sabbath, featured on their groundbreaking 1971 album, Master of Reality. What makes this song stand out is its bold blend of thunderous guitar riffs and thought-provoking lyrics, carrying forward the band's fierce anti-war message seen in earlier tracks like War Pigs and Electric Funeral. Recorded at Island Studios in London, the track highlights Tony Iommi's unmistakable heavy guitar work, paired with Ozzy Osbourne's chilling, unforgettable vocals. The lyrics call on young people to rise against the horrors of war and stand up for peace, mirroring the band's deep anti-war stance during the turbulent Vietnam War era. Children of the Grave quickly became a mainstay in Black Sabbath's live shows. One especially iconic performance took place at the 1974 California Jam Festival, where the band unleashed a searing version of the song before an enormous crowd. Later generations embraced Children of the Grave with renewed passion, inspiring covers by bands like Race X, Amon Amarth, havoc, and perhaps most successfully, by White Zombie on the 1994 Sabbath tribute album, Nativity in Black. Ultimately, Children of the Grave stands as a searing anthem that perfectly captures Black Sabbath's talent for merging crushing heavy metal with urgent, socially driven messages. The track's legacy lives on, securing its place as a cornerstone in the evolution of heavy metal music.
Long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. And I knew if I had my chance that
Released in 1971, Don McLean's American Pie isn't just a song, it's a sweeping musical reflection on the soul of a generation. Written in the wake of personal loss and national upheaval, McLean drew inspiration from his own childhood memory of delivering newspapers the morning after the tragic 1959 plane crash that claimed the lives of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, an event he would famously call the day the music died.
The music died.
With poetic and often cryptic lyrics, American Pie traces the cultural evolution and disillusionment of America from the late 1950s to the end of the 1960s. Spanning over 8 minutes, the song became a global sensation, topping charts around the world and later earning a place in the National Recording Registry for its cultural significance. In 2000, Madonna revived American Pie with a controversial dance pop cover, which Don McLean called a gift from a goddess. 50 years on, American Pie remains one of the most analyzed and beloved songs of the 20th century. A lyrical time capsule capturing the loss of innocence, the power of music, and a nation's search for meaning. Joy to the World by Three Dog Night isn't just a chart-topping hit, it's a slice of early 70s rock history with a playful twist. Written by singer-songwriter Hoyt Axton, the song was first released on the band's 1970 album Naturally and issued as a single in February 1971. Instantly recognizable by its opening line, "Jeremiah was a bullfrog," the track was originally considered a silly song by the band, but it turned into a runaway success. Despite initial hesitation from two of the group's vocalists, Chuck Negron championed the song for its lighthearted spirit. Within 2 months of its release, it was certified gold by the RIAA and eventually sold over 5 million copies worldwide and earned a Grammy nomination. The track's joyful, sing-along energy made it a cultural staple, featured in films like Forrest Gump, and covered by artists such as Little Richard and Hoyt Axton himself.
Jeremiah was the bullfrog. Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Joy to the World remains a feel-good anthem that united generations with its simple message and irresistible chorus. Aqualung remains one of Jethro Tull's most defining tracks, anchoring their groundbreaking 1971 album of the same name. Though never released as a single, the song became a fixture in the band's live performances and is celebrated as a cornerstone of progressive rock. Co-written by frontman Ian Anderson and his then-wife Jenny Franks, the lyrics offer a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the life of a homeless man, reflecting the album's broader themes of social awareness and criticism.
Do you still remember?
Aqualung became a highlight of Jethro Tull's concerts, often reimagined with extended solos and shifting arrangements. Its lasting appeal has secured spots on numerous live recordings and concert films. The song also made its way into pop culture, featured as downloadable content in Rock Band 2, reaching a younger generation of fans. Though Aqualung was never issued as a single, the album sharing its name enjoyed remarkable commercial success. Ultimately, the song endures as a bold musical statement where lyrical depth meets intricate rock craftsmanship, resonating across decades. Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones stands as a landmark track, capturing the band's unapologetic energy and flair for controversy. Mostly written by Mick Jagger during the 1969 filming of Ned Kelly, the song was laid down over a 3-day session at Alabama's Muscle Shoals Sound Studio from December 2nd to 4th. Released on April 16, 1971, as the lead single from Sticky Fingers' album, Brown Sugar soared to major commercial success. The track quickly became a concert staple, often launching the Rolling Stones' live shows with explosive energy. It was notably featured during their 1972 American tour and remained a crowd favorite for decades. However, the band ultimately removed it from their 2021 No Filter Tour set list because of its provocative lyrics. In 1971, Little Richard recorded his own version for the King of Rock and Roll, a testament to the song's genre-spanning influence. Brown Sugar continues to embody the Stones' gift for fusing bold themes with gripping rock, etching its legacy deep into music history. What Is Life remains one of George Harrison's most iconic solo achievements, brilliantly blending upbeat pop rock with soulful grooves and spiritual undertones. Written in 1969 while driving to a Billy Preston session in London, the song was initially meant for Preston but ultimately became a highlight of Harrison's groundbreaking 1970 triple album, All Things Must Pass. Released as a single in the US on February 15, 1971, it soared into the top 10 and top charts in Australia and Switzerland. Produced alongside Phil Spector, the track features Eric Clapton and members of Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, layered with a vibrant string arrangement by John Barham and backing from Badfinger. Critics have long debated whether it's a love song for Pattie Boyd or a devotional anthem, yet its universal message remains timeless. A powerful live version recorded at the iconic Tokyo Dome during Harrison's 1991 tour with Eric Clapton's band was released in 1992, further solidifying the song's legacy, which also includes appearances in films like Goodfellas and covers by artists such as Olivia Newton-John.
What I feel, I can't say.
With millions of streams today, What Is Life showcases Harrison's depth as a songwriter and helped define his voice beyond the Beatles. Roundabout stands as one of Yes's most legendary tracks, capturing the essence of their progressive rock identity and inventive sound. Released in November 1971 on their fourth studio album, Fragile, the song marked a pivotal point in the band's career. The idea for Roundabout was born during a tour in March 1971, as the band journeyed from Aberdeen to Glasgow, Scotland. Along the way, they passed countless roundabouts, an experience that sparked vocalist John Anderson and guitarist Steve Howe to craft the song's lyrics and structure while riding in the back of their van. Since its debut, Roundabout has become a mainstay in Yes's live performances, appearing in nearly every show. Its long-lasting popularity is reflected in its presence across pop culture, from the video game Rock Band 3 to the movie School of Rock. where Jack Black declared Wakeman's keyboard solo his favorite. As a shining example of progressive rock, the song highlights the band's technical brilliance and creative edge. With its intricate composition, poetic lyrics, and lasting influence, Roundabout has firmly etched itself into the fabric of rock history. T.Rex's Bang a Gong, Get It On, is a glam rock classic that helped define an era. Released in July 1971, the track catapulted frontman Mark Bolan into rock legend status and became the band's second #1 hit in the UK. The song was born during T.Rex's US tour after their success with Hot Love. While in New York, Bolan teamed up with drummer Bill Legend to shape the song's rhythm. Heavily influenced by Chuck Berry's Little Queenie, Bolan lifted its iconic riff and even slipped in a line from it, and Meanwhile, I'm Still Thinking, as a spontaneous fade-out during recording at Trident Studios in London. With its swaggering groove and theatrical flair, Bang a Gong became a live staple and a glam rock staple. Bolan's glittery persona and the song's infectious energy helped inspire a wave of artists, including David Bowie. Over the years, the track has been covered by Blondie, U2, Elton John, and notably the Power Station, whose 1985 version climbed to #9 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Even decades later, Bang a Gong, Get It On roars with style, attitude, and lasting influence.
On the first part of the journey.
Released in late 1971 in Europe and early 1972 in the United States, A Horse with No Name became the breakout hit for the American folk rock trio America. Written by Dewey Bunnell, the song was first recorded in Dorset, England, inspired by surreal desert imagery from Salvador Dali and M.C. Escher, as well as Bunnell's childhood memories of the American Southwest. Originally titled Desert Song, it symbolized a peaceful escape from life's confusion.
You can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain.
Initially, the band's debut album, America, was released in Europe without the track and saw only modest success. But once A Horse with No Name began climbing the US charts, Warner Brothers quickly re-released the album with the song included. This move paid off. The re-release catapulted the album to platinum status, turning it into a commercial triumph.
Through the desert on a horse with no name, it felt good to be out of the rain.
Over time, the song became a cultural touchstone, appearing in the series BoJack Horseman,
On the first part of the journey.
and even inspiring Michael Jackson's posthumous track, A Place with No Name.
Highway, my Jeep began to rock.
Criticized for its abstract lyrics, but loved for its atmospheric tone, A Horse with No Name remains one of America's most iconic and enduring songs.
It's a god-awful small affair.
David Bowie's Life on Mars, from his 1971 album Hunky Dory, stands as one of his most iconic and imaginative works. Famed for its complex arrangement, surrealist imagery, and Bowie's magnetic vocal delivery, the track captures the spirit of artistic rebellion. Its origins trace back to Bowie's brush with the French song Comme d'habitude, which Paul Anka transformed into My Way for Frank Sinatra. Rather than follow in its footsteps, Bowie wrote Life on Mars as a sharp, poetic counterpoint, a surrealist twist on the original. Musically, the track weaves together the flamboyance of glam rock, the flair of cabaret, and the sophistication of art rock, creating a soundscape as dreamlike as its lyrics. The song's promotional video, directed by Mick Rock, is equally striking, featuring Bowie in a vivid turquoise suit set against a stark white background, emphasizing his theatrical charisma. Over the years, Life on Mars has attracted a wide range of reinterpretations from artists like Barbra Streisand to Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, each version highlighting the song's remarkable versatility. Its enduring legacy cements it not only as a cornerstone of Bowie's catalog, but as a lasting influence on the landscape of modern music. Maggie May by Rod Stewart isn't just a hit song. It's a defining moment in rock music, celebrated for its emotional honesty, storytelling charm, and lasting appeal across generations. Originally released in 1971 on the album Every Picture Tells a Story, the track quickly climbed to the top of the charts in both the United States and the United Kingdom. Despite its humble beginnings, it became Stewart's first major solo success and marked the true launch of his solo career. The heart of Maggie May lies in a personal experience. Stewart drew inspiration from a fleeting romance he had in 1961 with an older woman, though her name wasn't actually Maggie. The title, in fact, was lifted from a traditional Liverpudlian folk tune about a prostitute, lending the song a sense of mystery and cultural depth. After recording a rough demo at Morgan Sound Studios, Stewart returned to the tape and carefully pieced together the lyrics. Lines that capture youthful confusion, bittersweet love, and the sting of regret. The mandolin, which gives the song its signature touch, was performed by Ray Jackson of Lindisfarne, though a famous Top of the Pops performance had DJ John Peel miming the part. Over the decades, Maggie May has remained a fan favorite and a radio staple. Its impact continues through notable covers like those by Matthew Sweet and Susanna Hoffs. And the experimental group Massacre. Still, no rendition truly matches the unfiltered honesty found in Stewart's original performance. More than 50 years later, Maggie May still resonates, a timeless anthem of youth, heartbreak, and self-discovery. John Lennon's Imagine is more than a song. It's a lasting anthem that dares to dream of a world joined in peace and harmony. Released in 1971 as the title track of his second solo album, Imagine quickly became a global symbol of hope and shared humanity. The song's roots trace back to Yoko Ono's conceptual art, especially her 1964 book, Grapefruit, which deeply shaped its lyrical vision. Lennon later admitted that much of the song's meaning and message came from Ono's ideas. Recorded at Lennon's home studio in Tittenhurst Park, England, with final overdubs completed at the record plant in New York City, Imagine still echoes through popular culture today. Its lasting impact is reflected in chart success, frequent appearances in films and events, and countless covers by artists of all genres. Further affirming its place as a universal call for peace, the music video is equally iconic. Filmed at Tittenhurst Park, it shows Lennon at a white grand piano in an all-white room, as Ono opens the curtains, gradually filling the space with light, a moving metaphor for hope and awakening.
Imagine there's no heaven.
The song has also inspired powerful tributes. Elton John performed Imagine throughout his 1980 world tour, including a free concert in Central Park, just blocks from Lennon's home at the Dakota. After Lennon's tragic death, Queen honored him with a live rendition at London's Wembley Arena on December 9, 1980. David Bowie followed with a tribute in Hong Kong during his 1983 Serious Moonlight Tour, marking the 3rd anniversary of Lennon's passing. On October 9, 1990, what would have been Lennon's 50th birthday, Imagine was broadcast to over 1 billion people around the world. Decades on, Imagine continues to inspire across generations. Its message of unity and peace as urgent and relevant today as it was over 50 years ago. Bubba O'Reilly by The Who is celebrated for its groundbreaking fusion of rock and electronic elements, leaving a lasting cultural imprint. Released in 1971 as the opening track of Who's Next, it was written by guitarist Pete Townshend, who used a hypnotic synthesizer loop to blend minimalist electronics with raw rock energy. It's one of the most electrifying openings in rock history, building in intensity until Roger Daltrey's vocals crash in with sky-shaking power. Originally conceived for Townshend's abandoned Lifehouse project, the song's title honors Indian spiritual leader Meher Baba and minimalist composer Terry Riley. Many fans mistakenly refer to it as Teenage Wasteland due to the unforgettable chorus that roars throughout. Baba O'Reilly quickly became a staple in The Who's live shows, often serving as a thunderous opener that captured the band's explosive stage presence. Pearl Jam's live performances, especially their 2003 Madison Square Garden version, continue to honor this timeless anthem of rebellion and innovation. Even after all these years, Baba O'Reilly endures as a powerful symbol of youthful defiance and musical innovation. Echoes is more than a song. It's a 23-minute sonic journey that fills the entire second side of Pink Floyd's 1971 album Metal. Built from fragments of unfinished melodies and ambient textures, it begins with a sonar-like ping created by Richard Wright's piano, run through a Leslie speaker and Benson Echo Rec. David Gilmour's slide guitar glides like time itself, while Wright's shimmering keyboards evoke sunlight on water. With no chorus or hook, the piece rises and falls like a tide, flowing into funk-inspired jams, reversed wah-wah effects, and ethereal harmonies. Roger Waters' lyrics explore themes of empathy and human connection, ideas he would later expand on in The Dark Side of the Moon. Studio experiments and layered production give the track a cinematic feel years ahead of its time. Premiered live in 1971 as The Return of the Son of Nothing, and filmed at Pompeii in 1972, Echoes became a cornerstone of progressive rock, haunting, expansive, and utterly timeless. "1971 gave us more than just great songs. It gave us moments, memories, and the soundtrack to a cultural revolution. These 15 tracks continue to inspire, decades later, proving that true rock never fades. It just gets louder with time. Which of these songs still gives you chills? Or did we miss a favorite from your personal playlist? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing your stories and memories. And if you enjoyed this trip through rock history, be sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next spin on the turntable. Until next time, keep the volume up and keep the legends playing.